Okay, so everyone has something in life they take for granted, whether it's your car, your house, your cell phone, or your freedom. But my story is about learning to not take what you have for granted and cherishing what you do have in life. My story starts out actually just when I was born. I have to give you the background in order for you to understand. I was born without my father. My mother was the only one I've ever had. She raised me for all 16 years of my life. I've always wanted to know who my father was, and here about 2 years ago, I found out his name, and I found out kind of just the basics, the grounds of who he was. And I told my mom I was very adamant about going to meet him, to find out who he was, and to have my own opinion about the man he is today. And after a long discussion between me and my mom, she let me go. I went and I was there for a month. I visited, I kind of dipped my foot in the water, and I saw kind of how he was. And during this time, I realized that I would want to be able to get to know him more, and I'd want to have a year of time with him. So I called my mom one night. I was still in Wyoming. I was talking with my sister, whom I love very much, and she told me, just tell her. And I called my mom. I told her, I was like, hey, I want to live here for a year, and it's happening. And it wasn't a very good conversation. It was mostly yelling, and it wasn't very good. So it's kind of where we left off. So I came back for the rest of the summer, and my summer was pretty packed. And in this time, my mom had moved to Illinois with a boyfriend. So I didn't get to see her very much. My summer was packed, like I said, so I had many things to do. And about towards the very end, I was almost done with everything. I had gotten about everything of mine packed to go to Wyoming to live with my father. I get a phone call from my mom, and she says, I need to go to the hospital. Can you guys come get me? So we all go and get her. Just kind of in the back of my head, I'm wondering what's going on. We get her, she looks just fine. And we get down, and it turned out like the one night specifically I want to focus on, I was getting ready to go have just one more night to hang out with my friends. I was going to hang out with Garrett and Wyatt at Garrett's house. Just a simple night, you know. And I went downstairs, and my mom was there. And she was kind of getting her stuff situated. And I grabbed my bag and my clothes for the night, and then I saw this letter just sitting on the bed. It was a plain envelope, no stamp, nothing but my name, no address, nothing. Blue cursive. And it perplexed me. I was really confused on what this could be. So I pick it up, I say, Mom, I love you, I'll see you later. I leave, and then we actually just went to Casey's because we ordered a pizza. And at Casey's, I decided, I was like, hey, I'll just open the letter now. I opened the letter, and I pull it out, and I start reading. And the more I read down this page of letter, the more I realize what it's about. My mother had written this letter to me as a goodbye, as a I love you, because she had 2 razors, and she was in a bathtub, about ready to take what was left of her life, about ready to just end everything, because what she had crumbled on her. And this letter was her goodbye, saying, I'm sorry I had to do this. I'm sorry this is how it had to happen, but it did. And it just hit me, and I cried. I bawled. And I'm never going to forget that feeling of trying to grasp the fact that my mother wasn't going to be here for me. The fact that my mother, the only person I've had for so many years of my life, felt so bad about her life that she wanted to take it. And I want you guys to think about what life would be like without your mother. Don't take it for granted. Don't take what you have for granted. You may think that you have a horrible life, but the finest things in life are free, just like your family. Tonight you can go home, hug your mom, even kiss her, you know? Tell her you love her, because tomorrow she could be gone.